Dylan Thornsberry wants a milestone video. Dylan Thornsberry gets a milestone video. This one's for you, buddy. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm Dominopoulos, and we're here today to talk about everybody's favorite thing, chores. I mean milestones. Milestones. They're chores. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe if you like my stuff. Everybody's favorite thing, the milestones. There's 8 million milestones. You come to this game as a new player, it's going to be horribly confusing. You're not going to know if the rewards are important or if the rewards are not important. You're going to be so confused that this milestone feeds into another milestone, feeds into another milestone. And also, if you're a long-term player, they're still confusing. They're meant to be. It's meant to confuse the heck out of you. It's meant to make you make mistakes and miss things and either waste resources, or they're gear checks to make you gear things up you didn't want to gear up to. So you can see this is my favorite thing in the whole entire game is these chores, because instead of actually putting out gameplay like Battle World, that better be the most amazing thing ever, Scopely, we're getting chores to keep us occupied and keep hitting a red dot and then going somewhere else and hitting another red dot and then getting more things for another red dot. So but they're important because they give you a lot of good rewards. So I'm here to teach you how to fish. Ultimately, hopefully you're going to be making your own decisions soon as you get more comfortable with the game and you understand the resources and what's good and what's not, and how to hoard and how, all that good stuff. So let's get into, and we'll get into more gameplay theory more towards the end of this video when we get into like the month-long event and the weekly events and what you can hoard for and play style and that kind of thing. But let's get the quick ones, the easy ones out of the way. So I have, main accounts loaded up. Let's go over to milestones and let's do the easy ones first and get them out of the way. So golden opportunity. This is spend gold every day. It reloads. The important milestone is almost 1.1 million. That gives you 50 total cores for getting up to that point. There's a couple, it adds up to 50. But here's my philosophy on this. Now, as a new player, you're going to be upgrading a lot of stuff, so this won't be an issue getting to that 1 million. But you don't have to if you don't want to. Here's the philosophy on it. If there was a button in the store that was 50 cores for 1 million gold, would you hit it? I mean, if the answer is yes, you don't really have to sweat this or worry about this. Now, if you're spending gold anyway, you might as well get the cores for it. You're going to have to upgrade stuff, but don't sweat this as like a necessity. Oh my God, I didn't get my 50 cores today. Because if it was the other way around, maybe you'd do it. Save the world. Spend energy. This runs for 2 days. If you're doing your 50 core energy refreshes for campaign energy every single day, you're going to get to about this milestone 13 part and get a bunch of your cores back. So I'm not a person that does energy refreshes on my main account unless there's a specific event going on or a level cap increase. I know that's not a popular gameplay strategy, but is the one I employ, and I think it is effective. So, but this is, again, play the game and spend your energy, and you'll get to these. Not something you have to sweat. World Warrior, this is an alliance-wide milestone. So the more everybody's playing the game, and this is for Battling Arena, Alliance War, this is play the game. Raids, Blitz, Sim Blitz, whatever. This is play the game, and it's if your alliance is playing the game. You can see if my alliance, we got 2 days left, we're probably not going to make it. I've been at about 40 alliances to this point. I'd say like 90 to 95% of them hit this every single time. But for us, it's not. We're all end game. Got fairly decent sized accounts. It's missing these crumbs isn't the end of the world. But especially as a new player and as all players, you need T4s. I know I'm a little hoarded up on them. I'm very stingy with my T4s, very frugal. But T4s are the ones that you do need to be specific on who you use on it and where you use them, and you should be careful. So it's not a bad idea to finish this. And if you're all liking the game and playing the game, you're going to hit this. This might just be a bad week for us not getting this one. But again, it's not something we necessarily stress over. The individual character ones, again, real quick, this isn't something you specifically target. This is a pity system. So like Omega Sentinels got one, they all got one, all the characters that are coming out. And this is like I open one of their orbs, you get 1 point. I think that, open one orb, you get 1 point. This is a pity system if you don't get enough shards out of these trash orbs for the new character release system that we have right now. They give you a pity system so you could eventually unlock the character, which is awesome. So don't sweat those terribly. And then real quick out of milestones. Let's go over daily objectives and battle pass. So the strike pass, they just started a new one. This is do your dailies. Basically, you do all your dailies, and you'll get all this stuff. So just make sure you do your dailies every day. That's just like a basic gameplay. And then battle pass. This has a couple things down at the bottom you may not have noticed, but Cosmic Crucible and War. These points help you get going. You can actually do it without blitzing or doing arena and RTA. No, don't ever play RTA. Punch yourself in the face a couple times, save yourself the headache at the time of playing. And there is something on the web store, which we'll get to in a minute, that'll link to this and give you more points. But you play the game, you'll get these things. Just pay attention to them just a little bit. Don't sweat them. And then as a new player, they give you a first strike, second strike, and third strike within the first 80 levels. I think it's like level 50, 60, somewhere around there. Those are meant to be completed. Those are easily completable. I think the last one gives you 40 days to do. I had it done with 20 days left. And don't core for it or spend any resources to get through those. Those are meant to just get you going and give you character shards. I think Spider Society, Superior 6, Extreme X-Men. And then after that, they had one that gave me the Bifrost, which is a dead team. Bifrost is a dead team. They're not the Mystic Raid team anymore. They're being replaced at the moment with that beautiful man over there, Blade, and the rest of his team. But you could also, instead of building up Asgardians to get through Nexus Chapter 8, where you have to use Asgardian, they're just giving it to you. So that's actually a good thing. And I think that's actually on the baby account. Let's pull that one up real quick, because there's one with New Avengers that's going on right now, where they're just basically giving you new Avengers, which you could use in the Red Hulk Scourge. You could use in the Green Goblin Scourge. I'm actually already in it. How about that? It's like I knew that was coming. Commander's Conquest. That wasn't available. You see on my other account, that's available to a newer account. Either a level triggers it or whatever it is. But and again, this is basically easy. You can buy Crucible, do War, spend campaign energy, and open these Jarvis orbs. They're trying to get you to buy Jarvis orbs. Don't core on them. Don't do that. But we're going to get all our new Avengers basically with some decent stars for them for free. So pay attention to these strike things. These are meant to be completed. They're giving you the stuff away. Most milestones are not meant to be completed. They're meant to be purchased. So it's nice that in the beginning, at least, they're giving you a taste of the old game we used to play over a year ago, 2 years ago, where we could actually complete milestones. You can't anymore. They're auctions and offers near in the back end. So we'll get into that with the more advanced stuff. And let's go over to the web store real quick. If you are playing this game daily and you're into this game, you should be going to the web store every day. And if you're watching my videos, I've been pointing that out as much as I possibly can. So you go to MarvelStrikeForce.com. It's their base website. Click over to milestones, and you can see every day there is a daily web reward. There you go. You spend 50 cores, you get some energy, and you get battle pass objective points. That's what I was talking about from the web store. It'll help you get through that. You don't necessarily have to do it every single day to complete the battle pass, but it helps, and you should be coring your 50 core campaign energy refreshes. And then occasionally they have like sugar rushes going on right now because we have that candy store. On my smaller account, I was only able to get like halfway through it, or only cared to get halfway through it. On my main account, it's not going to be a problem. I'm going to be able to crank right through it, but this is giving you silver bullets. This goes towards the month-long event. And this Swamp Showdown, that's the weekly event, and that's what we're going to be getting. Those are the ones that involve a little bit more description. So that's what we'll get to next. Yeah, that is what we're going to do next. So let me go ahead and pull up main account again. Get back to it. And so, okay, so this is when we're going to get into gameplay philosophy. So in Milestones, we have a month-long event going on, and there's some good stuff in here. Mega Sentinel, it's part of her character release, or maybe this is her character release. Who knows? We won't get her. But the month-long event, what you need to focus on as a new player are these 50,000 point ones. So in each one of the either weekly events, or probably all in the weekly events, they have a target that you need to get one of these items. So and you can get them as a new player. So, and you can see there's good stuff in here. And so this is pretty much playing the game gets you to that point, but this takes a little bit more thought. And there is a ranking part here. Now, there is no leaderboard thing that shows over here. This is a blind leaderboard. You have no idea where you're at. And the rewards up here, to me, I don't necessarily care that much. But these are they sell the points for money. You know, either involved in other offers or things like that. So I would not stress ranking in the month long. Don't necessarily really care about anything that's in there. But where you might want to care to rank. So I'm going to get to this week's event. This is the one right here after I show you last week's event. So that was Twilight Vigil. Now, I'm a person that hoards my energy and hoards my cores and hoards everything. I had about 10,000 energy that I was sitting on. I unloaded it into this event. The reason why I unloaded the energy into this event is because it's got a leaderboard where I could see where I actually am. In about 2 seconds, there you go. You pop up, you find me. 9,800 is where I landed because I wanted to get into the top 10,000 that had purple ISOs. Purple ISOs is how you're unlocking Odin. It is a level up mechanic for your character. As a new player, you don't have to sweat it too much. Odin's not going to be on your radar right away. But for my account, that's what I wanted to get. So that's what I targeted for. And you can see from the scoring, I had some of these things. Now, it was Battle and Raid with Alpha Flight at Gear Tier 18. I didn't have any 19s, and I'm not bringing anybody up just to get a couple points towards this milestone. If I didn't get the couple rewards, it's okay. I'll live. I'm not wasting my resources to do these gear checks that they're doing to try to make you waste resources. With Hive Mind, I mean, a lot of people do have either Void Knight or people do have them up in G19, so that wouldn't have been a terrible thing. But again, I'm not upgrading a fort. Spider Society, again, I had that. In Extreme X-Men, I had Nightcrawler up there, so I got all those points just from having him. But on my new player account, I was able to get the event, the month-long item, having none of that stuff, just from getting the Twilight Orbs. This was from campaign node, so I did my 50 core energy refreshes, and I got those points from that. And the Night Stalker energy, I had to core the Night Stalker energy, which I wasn't thrilled about, but it gave me what I needed, and that came from Milestone. Where are you? This is the prayer beads. These were worth 50,000 points towards the main milestone, the month-long milestone. You can get there without any of those special gear checks and all those kind of things. You're not going to get much farther without spending and having those things. This account was able to get to here fairly easy. 50 core refreshes. It didn't really cost me much to do. And I was targeting the G19 mini uniques. Those aren't the easiest things to get, again, for this account. But the important thing you need to know about from the weekly events is these event items for the month long. Now, in rankings, you could see, let's see, leaderboard. You see how many points these people have up here? I'm not picking on anybody up here. You guys keep the lights on and buy the chandeliers that the lights go in. But there's no possible way to obtain these points through normal gameplay. It's really just, it's not. These are all from offers. These are auctions. These leaderboards and these rankings up on top, they are auctioning off 3 diamonds and 2 diamonds and 1 diamond. And it's a lot of money. Like, I don't know specifically what this one specifically cost and how much everybody spent, but I'm assuming under $1,000 would have been cheap. So if you are a spender on that level, I mean, rock out. You're the reason I get to play for free, so thank you. But you can see the amount of points that are up here to get those things. Look how many points I had. And I finished in the top 10,000. I got everything that I wanted. So this is where you got to target. And as an endgame person, this is where I pushed in. And another reason why I pushed all in is because you got to take a look at Twilight Orb fragments. What's in the Twilight Orb? Why am I spending all these resources to get a Twilight Orb if there's trash in it? So you can go over and you can check. And now the orbs, hoping it's still in the store. Pop-ups work. Hoping you go into the store and those Twilight Orbs are probably still there somewhere. Twilight Orb, I still had one. We could see by checking this what's in them. teardrop. Now I got a 60% chance of pulling 10 G19 minis. This was a good orb. This was a really good orb. So on top of me wanting the things out of the leaderboard and me wanting things out of that milestone, the orbs that I was getting from using my energy that I saved up and coring energy, I got these things, and these things were fantastic. It's basically pushing me through. I have one character left, 2 characters left, whatever it is, to finish DD7 and get Mephisto. This was a great way to do it. So, I don't even know what was, more Gear Tier 19 stuff. But, so you can check the orbs of what they're giving you and find out if it's stuff that you want or not, if it's worth it. So now let's check this week's event. And I'll explain to you why I don't think I'm necessarily doing it. So this week's is Earn Nimrod Shards. So this is his unlock method. So that's going to be the only thing I focus on here. You can see there's no leaderboard, there's no ranking. These are just milestones. It's about every other week they do one with a ranking reward, and those are generally the ones that I push my resources into. But sometimes I even skip those because there's nothing in it, and I keep hoarding for the next one, so then I could double up on the next one and rank up even higher. But we have the month-long Silver Bullets that goes towards the month-long event, so I'm basically just probably going to be focusing. I'm kind of looking at this for the first time right now, to be honest. I'm probably just focusing on the Nimrod stuff, but the 60,000 points that you got right here, you're going to be able to get that as a new player without, here's the item, 50,000 points you get for this. And as in my endgame account, I'll probably easily get all the shards that I want. But merch for money. Like, as a new player, you're not going to have these characters at G17 and G18 and G19 and use them in war out of time. You know, this account, I do have at least one character of each at G19, so I am going to be able to get all these points. But I'm not going to push any farther. I'm just going to get what I get out of this. I'll do a little bit of basic math. And, if I'm close to another milestone near the end, maybe I'll spend a couple cores to get to it. But I'm not going to core early and spend energy early and do all this kind of stuff to try to maximize. Because there's nothing really great here that I really honestly care about. And the Swamp Orb Fragment. So let's go check out that orb. I honestly have... that's going to be from spending ISO energy. Is going to give you that. I have no idea what's in it, to be honest. So let's check it out. Maybe it is the greatest thing ever, and maybe I will do it. So... take a quick look. Where are you, Swamp Orbs? You're gonna make me scroll and scroll. Is that it? Swamp Army Orb? Okay. Dark promo credits, that's decent. Other pillar, alright, it's random basic gear. And then center pillar, 70%. All right, you get a couple shards, some things. There's some endgames, there's some annihilators. I mean, no, I don't care. This is not G19 minis. These are a couple shards, and that's a chance of getting a couple shards. I have Forge maxed out. I have all these characters, Void Knight and all these characters maxed out. For my account, it doesn't really make sense to push into this event. So that's my philosophy on what I'm doing for this week with the weekly event. But as a new player, like I said, the month-long event, you're really just trying to get those things that are worth 50,000 points, and that'll crank you through the month-long event, and that's all that's really important. But just know, those first strike, second strike, third strike milestones, those are meant to be completed and meant to be easily completed. All the rest of these milestones in this game, especially the weekly ones, and those are not meant to be completed. Those are meant to be purchased. Those are offers at a certain point. I mean, you could hoard to a certain degree and move a little bit further along, but those are meant to be purchased with money. And those leaderboards are auctions. They only want a certain number of people with Blade at 3 diamonds, make it exclusive, and that's why they cost so much. So that's really it. We can get into some more, but I'm not going to bore you with more milestone stuff because they're chores, and I don't want to talk about them anymore. So, as always, guys, love you guys, and I'm out.